Hey everybody, welcome back to Quality Time! Little bit of an off-kilter angle. I know that glare is from the light that's making me not look tremendously pitch black. So, good news everybody! I am now recording you via Wi-Fi. My tablet finally managed to connect to my GoPro, so once again I'm trying to mix things up a little bit with the camera angles. Main bit of news... The obvious thing I guess is the big, the large number, well, I say large, technically like 4 or 5 is not very large, but nonetheless it's big for me. I have missed a few different video releases the past week or two, and I'm trying not to let that get to me, which is a weird thing for me to say. I am very used to being extremely wound up when it comes to missing videos. I'm trying to just get back into my groove, which I had been thoroughly thrown out of at my own pace, and if I have a slip up at a video release point at some stage, then so be it. I'm just I'm taking advantage of the levity that I seem to have, so yeah. I mean, usually having a whole ton of levity is not magnificently a good sign, but in this case I'll take it. In this case it's good. It's like when you've got it's like when you really need a sick day, basically. I have the option of taking it. So as a consequence, whilst there is a scheduled segment to this vlog, I make no promises explicitly that these videos will release on the day or at all, so apologies if indeed I make some kind of false promise regardless. Other than that, though, we are very fast approaching June. Now, of course, there's the election on the 8th, which has not changed nor been postponed, at least not to my knowledge. If it has been, I shall report as such next week, which will be the day before it, so pay attention. The other, of course, big news is that we have the June special coming up. The first episode of that is currently scheduled to release on the 19th. We are hard at work making sure that everything is in place and ready to go, and sometimes that means I'm going to have to prioritize June special work over other videos such as Spring Realms, such as Dungeon Maker, and I think most recently as Fox Team Alpha. Again, I'm trying not to get wound up about that. Hopefully we'll be back in full swing as per normal for July, but I think you guys want me to do the June special to the best of my ability anyways, so hopefully you're okay with that. The additional piece of news on that regard is that I have had some slowdowns when it comes to making Mating Do videos. Of course, we had one period where I think I missed a better part of a month of them. A lot of that is due to making sets. We had to build these huge sets. We most recently had to use the Cityscape set, in which one room of the library was dedicated to my late grandfather. And then I've now got a whole village on the seaside to make as well. And more or less, it's just me making these. And I can only make them when I manage to get a message to Dave to boot the server up, and the tools that we actually have inside of the mod pack are not nearly so helpful as those that we've got for the June special, so it's slower, a lot slower, and that tends to be the fault of postponing videos. So currently I think we're already past the point where I can believe that the previously estimated finale date of Mating Do is going to happen. I think I'm going to aim for the finale of Mating Do to arrive at the latest on the same day as the finale of the June special. I think people will enjoy that. That'll be a nice little pairing of videos to have. But that's all for the news, so with that in mind, on to the schedule. On Thursday, it's an episode of The Lost Hands, as the Inquisitor ventures out to Empire de Lyon and tries to help out Red, Jenny, and some other friends. We also have an instance of Midnight Souls at 11 PM BST over at twitch.tv/lyinginbedmon. On Friday, it's hopefully an episode of Dungeon Maker as we check out the server again. On Saturday, it's probably not Dungeons and Dragon Hats, but failing it, at 9 PM BST over at twitch.tv/lyinginbedmon, you can enjoy me playing some Overwatch and suffering in the coaster. On Monday, it's hopefully an episode of Spring Realms. Then on Tuesday, it's an episode of Edgington, and we play some Yog Dwarves live at 9 PM BST over twitch.tv/lyinginbedmon. Lastly for the week, on Wednesday, it is hopefully an episode of Mating Do. Failing that, of course, there'll be some Book of Lying. And on to the questions. So as always, these are drawn from the comments section of the preceding vlog. If you have anything to ask me, drop it down below, we'll see if it gets answered. So, our first question of the week comes from Too Many Fandoms. Who is your favourite non-lying in your shows? I mean, a lot of them turned up in Night of Fangs more than anything else. I think Squire Fuzz. I might be a bit biased on that notion, but Squire Fuzz is a pretty fun character. Beyond that, I mean, everyone's favourite, of course, is Zol from Night of Fangs as well. Beyond that, though, the engineers from Mating Do. I do like them. I have a lot of fun with them. But there's so many and they're so good. Our last question of the day, only two I'm afraid, comes from Lesser Snod. Crunchy or Kit Kat? Two different tastes. I'm going to say crunchy. And that's it for today, so hope you've all enjoyed. I've got a lot of work to do, but I'm gonna keep speeding up, keep hitting that accelerate button, not try to stress myself too much, and I should catch you all, as always, next time.